Hello everyone, this is me Aman Kumar and this is the next video on the course Way to C Programming. In this video we will discuss about the arrays. Please share the video so that your friends can also learn from these videos. First of all, what are arrays? An array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. Homogeneous means having same data type. So what is an array? Array is a collection of homogeneous data elements. And what homogeneous means? Homogeneous means having same data type. So we are having collection of same data type elements is known as arrays. Means like we are having some elements of int type, so it will be an array of int. Similar, or we are having elements of float type, we are having elements of float data type. If you want to use multiple variables of same data type, suppose you want to have you want to save sales of the employee for 12 months. Here is an employee, there is a sale of employee for 12 months. This is sale for 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, and this is the sale. Suppose here sale is of 1000 rupees, here sale is of 2000, and so on. The one method is you declare 12 variables like month 1, month 2, month 3, and month 4. Like you have to declare 12 variables m1, m2, and you have to put sales in these 12 variables. Sale of first month will come in this variable, sale of second month will come in this variable, and so on. But this is a tough task. This is a time-consuming task. Like suppose you want to save details for 100 employees. For that you need to create 100 variables. So for creating 100 variables and using the 100 variables, it is a very difficult task. So that's why we are using the arrays. What array do? Array creates variables of same data type, and these variables are stored in continuous memory location. Like this is an memory, and these arrays will be stored in continuous memory location. You can think of array as a shelf. Like there is a shelf for cupboard, and there are different partitions in the cupboard. Like this is a shelf, this is an cupboard, and in this cupboard there are different shelves, like one shelf, second shelf, third shelf, and fourth shelf. In all these shelves a similar data can come. Like if you are storing int data, all these shelves will contain int data. If you are storing float data, all these shelves will contain float data, and these are continuous, like first element, second element, third element, and fourth element. Arrays will be always stored in continuous memory location. Let we want to store marks of 100 students. If we are using normal variables, we have to make 100 variables for different names. Like we have discussed earlier also, I have taken an example of employee. Here I am using example of student. If you want to store details of the student, 100 students, so you need to create 100 variables with different names, and which is very difficult to manage, so we will use array instead. So I will discuss the arrays. First of all, we will see what are the application of arrays. Given a list of test scores, determine maximum and minimum scores. Suppose you have given some array in which some different elements are there. Suppose you are given an array of size 100, and you have to find minimum and maximum element of an array. You can find this. Read a list of student names and rearrange in alphabetical order. You can also perform sorting operation on array. Like suppose there is an array in which containing the marks of the student. Here is an array which contains marks of the student. So you want to arrange these marks. So you will apply sorting order. You will sort these in ascending or descending order. Given the height of major student in class, find output the names of the student who are taller than an average height. So there is an array which stores height of each student. This is height of student 1, height of student 2, and so on. What you have to do? You have to first of all find average of these heights. First of all, you have to find average of these heights. After finding average, you have to find students whose height is greater than average height. So these type of operations can be performed in array. You can search an element, you can sort an array, or you can print some particular values from an array. These are some applications of array. So array declaration. How we have to declare array in program. first of all type. First of all, we have to tell the data type of an array, which type of elements we want. Next is the array name. In square brackets there will come array size. Like int is data type, means we want array of int data type. This is a name of array. AR is name of array, and number of elements we want is 10. So what will happen? Like an array will be created in memory whose name is AR and size is 10. 1, 2, 3 up to 10. And what compiler will do? It will assign index number starting from 0. Like we do numbering from 1, like 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on, but compiler do numbering from 0. Or you can say compiler will give index numbers from 0. So this first element will have index number 0, second element will have index number 1, and last element will have index number 9. Means last element will have index number size -1. Size is 10, so index number of last element is 1 less than size of an array. That's why size is index of last element is 9. And each element will be of int type. Means here also some int value will come, like suppose 5, here 10, 20 and so on. Size of array is indicated by array size, number of elements in an array. Array size indicates number of elements that will be present inside an array. Array size must be an integer constant or constant expression. Array size should always be an integer number. Like it should be like, you have to write here int 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. You cannot write here variable. Like suppose first of all you declare a variable like int a. You cannot write a here. You always need to write some integer constant over here. You cannot write variable over here. So it must be an integer constant or constant expression. Note that array can have multiple dimensions. Also in this case we are this is an example of single dimension array. This is known as single dimension array. You can also have multiple dimension array, like in the form of matrix. Array will be form of matrix, but here we are discussing the single D array. Like there are different elements in an array. Arrays are referred and accessed using a common name. Arrays are generally referred or accessed using a common name. In this, the common name is AR. We will access each element by the common name AR. C compilers assign the index number starting from 0 to different elements present inside an array. I have discussed already. C compiler will assign index number starting from 0 to different elements inside an array. Array is also known as subscripted variable. Array is known as subscripted variable. So this is a common name, and what is name of this element? AR of 0. Name of this element AR of 1, AR of 2, AR of 3 and so on. So common name is AR, but if you want to access some particular element, you will use index number, like AR of 5 and so on. Index number will come in square brackets. Always index number will come in square brackets. So the first element will have index number 0 and last element will have index number 9, and this will be known as AR of 0. First element will be known as AR of 0. First element of array has index 0, known as AR of 0. Similarly, second element has index 1 and so on. And second element will have name of AR1. Fourth element will be written as AR of 3. Last element has index number 1 less than size of array. This also I have discussed earlier. So what will be the name of last element? AR of 9. Means last element will have index 9, that is 1 less than size of an array. So this is a program to create an array and print the values of an array. So I will make this program in Dev C++ and run this program. So this is a program. I will just compile it and run it. First of all, you are getting a message, enter 5 elements in array. So I have to enter some elements in array. Suppose I am entering some random values like 3, 6. So I have entered some random values, entered some 5 random values, and I am getting these values. Elements entered are 3, 6, 7, 2, 0. Here also we entered 3, 6, 7, 2, 0. We are getting these elements. So we will see the program. First of all, we are declaring an array int AR of size 5. Means we are creating an array named AR whose size is 5. After creating an array, we are giving message to user enter 5 elements in array. Right? User is getting a message enter 5 elements in array. After this message, you have to start a loop. For int I is equal to 0, I less than equal to 4. While loop is starting from 0 because index number start from 0, and we have to go till size minus 1. In this size is 5, so loop will execute till I is less than equal to 4 because we have to execute loop till size minus 1 times and I plus plus. First of all, we have to enter AR of 0, then we have to enter value of AR of 1, then we have to enter value of AR of 2, AR of 3 and AR of 4. So we are using loop for this. Scanf %d means some integer value have to be input, and what is that integer value? AR of I. First time user will enter value of AR of 0, then user will enter value of AR of 1, AR of 2, AR of 3 and AR of 4, and these values will be stored in array. After storing these values, we will print these values. Similarly, we are using one more loop. Before this loop, we are printing a message entered elements in array R. Means we are giving message like so. Here is a message elements entered in array R, and using loop we are printing these elements. Printf %d means /n means we have to print this value in new line, and %d means we have to print some integer value. And what is the value? AR of 5. First time value of I is 0, AR of 0 is printed, AR of 1, AR of 2, 3, 4, and loop will be terminated. So this is a simple program showing how to use an array. The next is array initialization. In the previous program, if you do not initialize an array, you will get some random values. In this program, if you do not do this step, if you skip this step and directly print the values, just skip this step and try to execute this much only, but you will get some random values. Like suppose you are getting values 5, 20 and so on. So if you want to put some values in array, either you can use scanf, but scanf will be executed at runtime. But if you want to give some values to an array at compile time, means in program only you want to give some values in array. Like if in previous programs you give value of int I is equal to 0, means you are giving value 0 to I. But here also you want to give some values to array, means you have to initialize an array. Till array elements are not given any specific values, they are supposed to contain garbage values. Till we are not providing any values to an array, that these arrays will contain some garbage values, means some contain random values. If an array is initialized where it is declared, means while declaring only, this is an array declaration. Here only if you want to give some values, what you will use, this method you will use, like int AR6, this is an size of array, is equal to, in curly brackets you have to write values for an array like 22, 4, 12, 5, 45, 15. Means AR of 0 have value, this AR of 1 will have value, this AR of 2, 3, 4 and 5. In this case you can also omit the size, like you need not to give size over here, you can skip size. Similarly for float, int float AR, you are giving some float values here, it will automatically compute the size, like size will be 4 over here. In an array, if the array is initialized where it is declared, mentioning the dimension of array is optional. So if you are declaring and initializing array, giving size of an array is optional. I will just modify this program, like int AR5 is equal to, you have to just give some values over here, like 3, 6, 7, 8, 55, 22, 77. So I have given 5 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will leave this value. So I have given 5 values. So what is an output? We are getting these numbers as output. What if you are entering like you are giving only 3 values over here? In this case, size of array is 5, but you are only giving 3 values. So what it will do? Just see it. Now, in this case, it will put zeros in remaining elements. If you are giving initializing an array, but you are giving lesser values than the size of array, then what it will do? It will initialize the array remaining elements by 0. But if you are directly like if you are not giving any value, like if you are just writing this and just printing the values, you will get some random values. Like see, here we are getting some random values. But if you are giving some values, suppose you are giving only one value, size of array is greater, but here you are only giving one value. So what it will do? It will put zeros in the rest of the elements. So here zeros will come. But what if you write like in this case, writing size is optional. Suppose you are giving some five values. So you are giving 5 values, 1, 4, 6, 8, 0. In this case, it will automatically compute size is equal to 5. It will automatically, compiler will automatically count the values and assign the size. In this case, automatically size will be 5. If you are giving 3 values, it will automatically create an array of size 3. If you are giving 2 values, it will create an array of size 2. So in initialization of array, giving dimension of array is optional. Giving size of array is optional. So this is an array initialization. Next is bound checking. What bound checking means? In C, there is no check to see if subscript used for array exceed the size of an array. Like suppose you are having array of size 5, but you are trying to access 10th element. Arrays of size 5, but you are trying to use 10th element. So what will happen? Data entered with the subscript exceeding the array size. So if your index is exceeding the size of an array, it will simply be placed outside an array. So where that element will be placed, it will be placed outside the array memory, probably on the top of other data. Maybe it can be placed somewhere, like maybe it can replace some crucial file of your computer, or it will also replace program itself. This will lead to unpredictable result. In this case, you will get some unpredictable result. You will get some sometimes it can crash your system, sometimes you can get correct output, or maybe you can get some wrong output. We cannot say anything in this case. Like in this case, size of array is 2, but here we are printing 5 elements. Size of array is 2, but here we are printing 5 elements. What it is doing? It is printing some garbage values, but you may not know, like sometimes it may crash also here, but here we are getting some values, but we should not get some values because size of array is only 2. You should get some error message or warning, but you are not getting any error message. The program is running and giving some message, giving some values, but it should not happen. Because why it is happening? Because there is no bound checking. Means there is no this checking that whether index number you are using is less than or more than the size of an array. Means there is no bound checking. You have to take care manually that whether you are accessing right element or not. There is no bound checking in C. These are some assignment programs. Write a program to enter 5 elements in array and find sum and average of elements. There are 5 elements. There are an array of size 5. What you have to do? You have to find sum of elements and average of these elements. Write a program to find maximum and minimum element in an array. This is an array. There are some values in an array. You have to find maximum value and minimum value. Write a program to sort an array. Means this is an array containing some values. Suppose 1, 5, 0, and you have to sort this array. You have to arrange in ascending or descending order. These are some assignment programs you have to solve. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe and share the video. Do comment if you have any doubt. These are our two books, Way to C and C++ and Way to HTML. See you guys in the next lecture.